Back then, before movable printers, there was a printing press that only consisted of wood blocks. Basically, how this worked is when you would take a wood block, you would carve a word or a letter into it, you take ink, put it on the wood block, then stamp it on a sheet of paper. This was supposed to help time by not handwriting paper. It was still time consuming because you would have to carve new blocks if they broke or if anything happened to them. Also, you'd have to carve new blocks if you needed another word for another page. This was created by Marco Polo, and it really did help until the Gutenberg press came along and changed a whole lot. The Gutenberg press was a very magnificent change in society and time because it was the first movable press. He was one of 4 people who attempted to make it. He was the one who succeeded the most out of the 4. And it's such a good thing that happened to society because most people back then didn't know how to read or know their own religion. Since many books weren't out, no one had their hands on a book, so no one knew how to read or even knew their own religion. So since the printing press came out, more books were being published and more people were getting books, so making people want to read more and making people also want to learn their religion. It costed a lot of money and a lot of time to make, but it was worth it in the end because it helped society all around. The speed of making the books was 180 books printed was equivalent to 1 book in 3 years.
Right now we're in the real room, and over here you can see the rolls of paper, and the green tape on there, they're called pasters. So this way we don't have to constantly shut the press down. We can keep it going as it goes around. The paper will connect to the sheet that's back there that's already going up to the press, and it'll just be able to continue. And there'll be somebody down here working and keep on loading this up. Now we're going to go upstairs and I'll show you a little bit more about the process. Okay, now we're upstairs. We're at the printing part of the press, and this press here runs DKS units. Also a unit in the back over there that's called the Gauss unit. The process goes like this. You take a plate like this, which is just like a page from a newspaper, and you put it on the press. Put it on like this. As the paper comes up, goes through the blankets, and the image for offset printing is put onto the newspaper itself. And then you wind up with a newspaper. Being that this is not my shop, I can only be very brief, but I think that you could possibly see how printing has come such a long way as the years went.
As you can tell, printing changed a lot over time from wood blocks to the Gutenberg press to now printing. The speed and publishes really did change because now books are coming out every single day. And back then, books were rarely ever coming out. So now, and it really did help and shape up society because without books, many of us wouldn't even know half the things we learned in today's society.